constitutional debate.
Maybe that's an answer.
I think
Yeah.
last, yeah.
Government plastic.
I just run them down in the car.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So how many of you have pet dogs or cats or ferrets? So most of you. Do you agree that we all consider our pets to be our best friends or even a surrogate children for some of us? You do. So you will agree that it is our responsibility to take care of them and feed them correctly. Where do you feed your pets? Where do you buy their food? At the supermarket? Mostly? Yes, the supermarket. All right. So you buy commercial pet food for your pet. Well, if you truly value your pets, you will no longer buy commercial pet food for them. As a pet owner, I want to make sure that the food I give my pets is beneficial to them. And over the years, I've heard too many people telling me terrible stories about losing a pet due to disease and premature death. In the US alone, last year, more than 7 million pet owners watched their animal companion suffer through unnecessary disease and premature death. I'm quoting Ike Lowe, a renowned researcher and cat expert. So after hearing so many similar stories, I've decided to try to find out why so many pets die prematurely. And I've asked a lot of questions to veterinarians. I've read much material from animal experts. Without a doubt, the commercial food that people give their pets is causing much damage. And today I'm going to persuade you that commercial pet food should not be purchased based on the following 3 criteria: health, taste, and cost. So to make educated food choices for your pets, you need to know what goes in the making of commercial pet food. I like to call one volunteer at this point, someone who has a cat, maybe. Anyone has a cat here, please? And it's going to be something fun. I just would like you to pretend that you are buying food for your pet cat. And please, we're going to choose between these 2 bags of food, one of them, and maybe one of these cans. All right? Very good, excellent. And why did you pick this type of food, Melissa?
I actually feed my cat that. And
You
she
do?
has a really healthy,
All right.
great
Wow.
coat. She doesn't get wet food, but I actually feed her.
So, but you still pick that one, and this one is more expensive than this one. But so, why did you pick this one?
Because this is commercial. I mean, it's
Yes. Okay. Well, you already listened to the advice they gave you in the introduction. You don't have to do so quick. All right. Thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you very much. Well, selecting a type of food should not be just based on the price. You agree? It should be based on the quality of the ingredients. So Melissa picked that type of food because she is careful with the ingredients. But many people just buy the cheapest kind of food also. So it is important to look at the ingredients. And since dogs and cats do best on a meat-based diet, they are not vegetarians, they are carnivores. What is the source of the protein? Well, this bag, you will find it at the supermarket. And this is where most people shop. And this is what most people are buying, this kind of food, like Purina. And other brands you find at the grocery store. And the protein, you'll find it under the name meat byproducts. So what are meat byproducts? They entail roadkill, like skunk, snakes, rabbits, diseased animals contaminated with bacteria, like Salmonella and E. coli. They include zoo animals and euthanized cats and dogs. Yes, euthanized pets from shelters and veterinarian offices. And it's actually San Francisco Chronicle staff writer John Eckhouse who was one of the first to expose how dogs and cats get recycled into pet food in February 1990. So beside this, we also find diseased animals like cancerous animal parts. We find heads, feet, hooves, hair, feathers, beaks, which are not digestible by our pets. And blood, and fecal matter, and moldy grains, which is very harmful. So, what about all the wonderful commercials we see on TV? plum whole chickens, choice cuts of beef, fresh grains, and all the wholesome nutrition your dog or cat will ever need. Is it true? Well, it is at least what the $17.1 billion per year US pet food industry wants you to believe. But what you think you are buying and what you are actually getting are two very different things. What most people don't know is that the pet food industry provides a convenient way for slaughterhouse waste product unfit for human consumption to be turned into profit. So let's forget about this garbage food. And what about feeding your pets wholesome foods? I personally choose to cook for my pets, for my dogs and my cat. And I went to see our local veterinarian, Dr. Staley, a few weeks ago in preparation for this speech. And he acknowledged that I'm doing a great job feeding my pets. They look very young, they're 11 years old, but they look much younger than they actually are. So not only is this food of very poor nutritional value, but the taste of this food is also a problem, even its appearance. So this food is so bland and distasteful that manufacturers have to spray animal fat onto the kibble, and they add all kinds of other flavor enhancer made from byproducts to make the product more palatable. They also add a lot of synthetic preservatives and artificial color to make the product more attractive to consumers. And all that, of course, is very harmful to the health of cats. But let's try to find something redeeming about this food. Actually, you know, this bag of high quality food that you won't find at the supermarket, you find it in specialized feed stores, costs about 3 times more than this bag of food that is readily available at the store. And same thing for the cans of food. So one good thing about this food, what is it? The price. It costs only about $12 for a 16-pound bag of dog or cat food. Well, this is great, or is it? Is it really the cost of this bag? Actually, the pets you are going to feed on this kind of food are going to develop, a lot of them are going to develop problems. Like the health problems they develop or allergies. Who doesn't know animals or someone who has a pet with allergies? Chronic digestive problems, urinary tract disease, cancer, diabetes, kidney and liver dysfunction, etc., etc. So the price is actually, you know, not so low. $12 to feed a dog or a cat for 2 months, yes, it's low. But if your pet is sick, you are going to end up at the vet's office. And a visit there can be up to $100, at least 1 or 2 tests to find out why the animal is sick, and some medication. You can easily end up with a bill of $500. And if you go see the veterinarian several times during the year, well, it can be thousands in vet bills. So not only is it expensive at the vet, but what about all the pet food recalls? There have been thousands over the years, and you hear so little about it on the news, maybe about a few every year, and there are dozens and dozens. Like brands including Iams, Eukanuba, Hill's, Science Diet, which are renowned to be super premium food for dogs, by the advertiser, of course, Purina, Mighty Dog, and many store brands including Walmart's. So what about the emotional cost? It's difficult enough to lose a pet in itself, but knowing that the food you fed your animal caused him or her discomfort, pain, and even premature death is extremely distressing. Here is what Andrew Lewis, a dog care expert who lost his beloved dog Noble, has to say. My dog died young, only 4 years old. He was incredibly healthy, exercised daily, and was happy. Or so I thought. But I later discovered I had poisoned him because I believed the lies told to me by the dog food companies I bought his food from. So you now understand why it's not a good idea to buy commercial pet food, which is replete with harmful chemicals and preservatives, and disgusting garbage. It is up to you to start feeding your pets in a more responsible manner. And if you start relying on reliable companies to feed your pets, it will cost you less in the long term. So be in charge. Start cooking for them. Give them wholesome food. And I leave you with the words of the anthropologist Margaret Mead. Never believe that a few caring people can't change the world, for indeed that's all who ever have. Questions?